Hi, today I want to make a video for all those who truly love the God of Israel and His Torah. Individuals who want nothing more than to be a descendant of our father Abraham, one of our brothers or sisters, but can't because they either live in a Muslim country or the rabbis in their area have desecrated the Torah and the purpose of being a Jew by outlawing conversions. Whatever the case may be, my friend, if you are sincere about wanting to keep the mitzvahs and truly want to enter under the Shekhinah, today I think I can help you. My friend, in spite of the silly rabbis who fight tooth and nail to outlaw conversions, Judaism has provided a way. The Shulchan Aruch and many other holy sources state that with the assumption that there is no beit din to convert a non-Jew to Judaism, if that non-Jew tried to convert himself to Judaism, he would be a Jew after the fact. That's right, my friends. You heard correctly. You can convert yourself to Judaism when there is no other option for you to do so. And you will be counted as one of the children of Israel, a 100% full convert in God's opinion. So, how do you do this? Well, just like in normal conversion, the requirements are korban, milah, and tevilah. Because we don't have a temple, you don't need a korban. And if you're a female, you don't need a milah. So today, we're just focusing on milah and tevilah. Now, before I go any further, I have to state a small disclaimer. This option is not for people who live in an area where you can convert. So I don't want you to assume that because you happen to be so eager to become a Jew that you can wait the time that was prescribed by the rabbi or the beit din, that this option applies to you, because it doesn't. And a move like that would classify you an insincere convert. Why? Because the process of conversion is a twofold pact. The first is the pact with the God of Israel, and the second is the pact with the people of Israel. However, when the people have lost their way in such a manner that have banned conversions as a whole in your area, should you just remain cut off from the pact completely? No. And again, you have to understand that only because God considers you Jewish doesn't mean that other Jews will. However, by the refusal to accept your conversion, or at least attempt to reconvert you, they will automatically cause themselves and their community to be liable of the sin of baseless hatred towards another Jew. So, in other words, after you convert yourself, obviously in places where conversions are banned, it is your responsibility to keep pushing the rabbis near you to accept you like a full Jew, or at least perform a gir lechumrah so that you could become fully integrated into the community. Why? Because changing the world is a team effort. And also, don't think that after your conversion, if you don't continue keeping the mitzvahs, you will still be Jewish. That's not even a luxury people with Jewish parents have. In other words, someone who was born from a Jewish mother or converted to Judaism and fails to continue to observe God's instructions, although this person can never revert to becoming a non-Jew again, he definitely does not have a portion that a religious Jew has. So by all halakhic reasons, he's not really a Jew, although he's not a goy either. It says that he's worse than a non-Jew. And also, don't think if you believe in Jesus or any other erroneous belief, you could be incorporated into Klal Yisrael through this conversion. Why not? Because by adopting any form of Christianity, you would be directly going against our sages who taught against this practice, so you could not fulfill the final process of conversion, which is taking upon yourself the oral and written law. But again, after all attempts to be accepted in the community have been exhausted, it is your responsibility to work with others just like you to create a community of your own. And like this, you will have a share in making the world a better place. As a matter of fact, we at BeJewish.org have begun a conversion program for individuals who live in such places where conversions have been banned and have a minimum of 11 men who are interested in converting. This is a free program that consists of a 2-year study course, which when completed, we will travel to you and perform your conversions in a traditional manner. And we will also guide you in the building of a synagogue and a mikveh. Okay, moving on. You must be aware that before your conversion, you were not liable for keeping the vast majority of the mitzvahs. But after your conversion, you will be. And also you must know that the Jewish people today are persecuted and are suffering for keeping God's laws. So if you go further, please realize that you've been warned. But anyways, if you fit the description of someone who could convert in this manner, according to the guidelines I just explained, this is the first step. First of all, if you're a male, you must undergo circumcision, a bris milah. And you must wait till your circumcision is completely healed before going any further. So this is typically roughly an estimated 2 months. Now, if your bris was performed by a regular doctor, obviously not in front of a Beis Din, you don't need to perform what's called a hatafas dam bris. Why? Because I'm sure that the blood is evident. You see it. The hatafas dam bris is a procedure that the front of the male organ is poked with a needle to draw a drop of blood to signify that it's being done for the purpose of entering into the covenant. But however, if someone was circumcised as a child, he should perform this procedure of hatafas dam bris, because when he was circumcised, the circumcision, again, was not performed in order to enter into the covenant. And after the hatafas dam bris is performed, you don't really have to wait any time between you going into the actual mikveh, like you would have if you would have undergone a regular circumcision by a doctor. Now, let's speak about preparing for the mikveh. First, you must shower before entering the mikveh. You can't use conditioner in your hair. You can't have any jewelry, any makeup, hair products, nail polish. You can't have your hair in braids or in a bun. It has to be loose. You also have to brush your teeth. You have to floss your teeth. And the main guideline is that there can't be any obstruction between the water and you. So, let's talk about choosing a mikveh. Apart from using any built kosher mikveh, which you're probably not let into because the Jewish community has closed its doors to you, your only possible solution are natural bodies of water. However, not all natural bodies of water will work. The ocean is always the best to use, although you can use a river and sometimes a lake. A permissible lake would be a natural one that is fed by river water or underground springs. However, if most of the water in a spring or river or even a lake comes from rainwater, then only stagnant water could be used. So, in other words, a natural body of water that has a tendency of drying up cannot be used. You could also research this more on the internet for what's a kosher mikveh for conversion. Obviously, a pool wouldn't be, even though it's kosher for men to use apart from conversion on a weekly basis, but not for conversion. Mikveh that's kosher for conversion, it's a mikveh that's kosher for a woman to use during her monthly visit. So once you have found your spot in the mikveh or in the ocean, river, whatever, you have to find a spot that's at least chest deep. Okay, so once you've done that, you can go out with your clothes, but be prepared to take your clothes off right before you dunk. So it's typically easier if someone goes out with you. So you first must dunk once. Remember, you must go all the way down. No part of your body could remain exposed outside of the water while dunking. And before you dunk a second time, you have to recite the blessing, which is stated here on the side. Then you go down all the way. Oh, and also don't forget to cover your head while you're saying the blessing. And just go down with your head covering. So if you have a towel, just put the towel over your head. While you're dunking, that towel is obviously going to fall off, so it's fine. And again, you must go all the way down. And one thing before I forget, while you're reciting the blessing, you must cover your privates with your hands. Women have to cover their chests, and men cover their private parts down there while they're reciting the blessing, because you can't recite the blessing in front of any naked part of your body that should not be exposed. Okay, then dunk yourself a third time with no blessing, just to be sure. So after coming out of the mikveh, you have to be makabel ha-mitzvahs. You have to accept upon yourself the commandments of the Almighty. So after you're fully dressed, you must recite, I accept the oral law, the written law, the rabbinical laws enacted by our sages, the customs of Israel, the faith of Abraham, and I also accept and truly believe in the 13 principles of the Jewish faith. At this point, you should go ahead and recite those principles out loud, which are here on the side. And when you're done with that, you should recite the Shema. And remember that from that moment on, you're liable to keeping all our Jewish prayer times, either it's Shacharis, Mincha, or Mariv. And that's it. Welcome to the Jewish people. Now, as the Jew, again, I remind you, you are bound to all the mitzvahs that pertain to you in the Torah. That means if you're a man, you must attain a pair of tefillin or a talis. And if you're a woman, you have to start dressing in a modest fashion if you haven't begun so already, because I encourage even non-Jews to dress in a modest way. And you must start practicing Taharas HaMishpacha, family purity laws, which means that every month after your period, you're going to have to go to the mikveh. This is detailed all over the internet. Look under Chabad.org, Eshatorah.com, Aish.com. It's all there. You have no excuse. And obviously, you would have to use either an ocean or any other kosher body of water, or the best option, which is also your responsibility to do if you're not accepted into the community, is build your own mikveh. That would be amazing. So, like I said, there's enough information online to guide you on what you have to do, or just visit bejewish.org. And please remember, when you do get accepted into a Jewish community, it is up to that rabbi on whether he would rather redo your conversion with proper witnesses to clear any doubt. So you can't say something like, I refuse to convert, because that will invalidate your conversion, because you're ceasing yourself from joining the people of Israel. And for more information, again, about Judaism, please visit bejewish.org. And if you live in a place where conversions are allowed, and you want to be Jewish, please visit your local Orthodox synagogue and tell the rabbi, I want to be Jewish. He may test your sincerity, but persevere, and unless the silly rabbis of Israel have banned it, you will be Jewish. Now I'll present you with sources for this video. Thank you.